Alright, so let's continue on here. We have Barricade with the security loadout, I guess, in different colours. You've got the silver and the blue, a little bit of grey silver. Here we have to punish and enslave, which was quite controversial, still is. You've got the security logo here with the Decepticon in the middle. I really like this paint scheme. I don't think it's as good as the police one, but it's a really good looking paint scheme with the blue and that. You can see the blue lights on top, clear windows. And here at the front we have this grille, which is removable, and inside you can see the little Decepticon from the first movie, which I believe his name is Frenzy. I might be wrong on that. I've not really brushed up on my characters' names, but the detail in this guy is really cool. I really like it. I know a lot of people won't really be happy with it being blue. I don't really care for it being blue or not. I think it's really cool that it was included because they didn't have to do that, and it fits right back in and you can't really notice it being there. It blends in, and here we have it all transformed, and the detail on the face is really good. I think it looks incredible, and Frenzy can still be removed. It just fits in the chest. It doesn't play a role in transformation, so you can take it out and have the two of them separately. You can have them back in there. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you want. There are a few play features. There's this button here that when you flick, the arm becomes what I can only imagine to be a mace, and you just snap it back in. Not the strongest tab, so it keeps coming loose. As you can see, it keeps popping out. But cool feature, didn't have to do that. The hand leaves a little bit to be desired. It's got sculpted detail, but you know, it is what it is. And we've got these classic Decepticon chicken legs, which you can pop out a little bit more, but I'll leave it like this. And we have the wings up here. It's a really good looking figure. I really like this one. It's probably one of my favourite Decepticons of the original Michael Bay movies. At least in toy form, I think it's a really well done one that looks like a car when it's supposed to be a car and looks like a Decepticon. Here we have crosshairs, I believe. A weird one. Really cool sculpted detail on the face, but the actual transformer itself is really bizarre. It's not a deluxe, I don't think. It's really strange. It's one of those weird ones where you tap it and it's supposed to pop out into the transformer. Here we have them all transformed. Looks great. Definitely looks like the Corvette. Looks good. Just a bit of a weird figure all in all, but it does look good. Paint scheme is really cool and the detail is good. But yeah, definitely a weird one. I love the green that they used on that though. The green is quite metallic in places. Not sure if it's metallic green they used in the movie or a gloss, but either way it looks really good. And here we found the roof and the windshield for the blue Ironhide, so that's cool. We'll finally get that attached, and here we go. It's one of those figures that definitely has a presence when it's with the other figures in the line, whether it's in vehicle form or robot form. Ironhide is such a commanding figure. It's quite large and it definitely has a presence with them. And I really like this paint scheme a little bit more than the black, just on the figure, because it has more detail. And here we have Starscream, which has really good detail on the face actually for the size that it is. It is a bit of a smaller one for Starscream, but I think it looks cool. And it's got these little mech tech weapons. Don't mind this little army dude. I used to use these guys. I believe this is Colonel Lennox. Might be wrong though. And here we have Starscream all transformed, which looks really good as a jet. It is really sleek. They've really done a great job of making everything like fold into place and become such a flat looking jet. It's really, you know, streamlined. Yeah, it looks really good in my opinion. And you can even put these weapons under the wings. I don't know why you would want to, other than just it's storage for, you know, when you put it away you can keep it all together. And there's a little movement here that if you push this button you can rotate out, which I'm not sure how practical it is, but play feature is always great. You know, I have no memories of this as a kid, but I'm sure I loved it, and I'm sure loads of other kids loved it as well, and probably adults, because why not? But you've got the storage here if you want to use it, which is really cool, because they didn't have to do that. And it's a good looking jet. It's really good looking. It even comes with a landing gear. If I fold down this front tab, you can see the landing gear just pops out. It's got the gear at the back as well. Take these off for just now. But yeah, this is honestly quite surprising. The engineering of the toys back here were amazing. Here we have the bigger Starscream, which honestly I prefer the smaller one, but the bigger one does have more mechanical detail. Here we have the head with those red eyes. You see the gears and the cogs and all that. Starscream is such an odd shaped character that it's amazing what they've done to get it to this stage. It's so like streamlined that honestly it just looks like a jet toy. Like, we know it's a transformer, but sitting on a shelf, other people might not realize that to begin with. We are unfortunately missing a panel up here in a minute that I'll show you, but look how thin this jet actually is. Even the cockpit has sculpted detail of a chair. But yeah, like I said, we are missing that bit. So here we have Hound, which is one of my personal favourites. And on the back we have a couple of little swords, which I believe go to the drift that we looked at earlier, the black and the red Mercedes one. I believe these are the swords that go with that. So we'll put these aside, continue on with this guy. So here's Hound all transformed, which I personally think looks really good. You could definitely see this transformer in the Big Lebowski. The amount of mechanical detail and all the bullets and stuff sculpted and painted are really cool. And I love how they've done these legs. There's a little bit of skinniness to them, but also a lot of weight to them. Everything just kind of fits back here quite ideally. Got good pivots on the legs, and I'm not sure how they could have done this figure better, to be honest. I do think it comes with a few weapons that I don't have here, but hopefully they are still in the box. But this is a really cool looking figure, and honestly I wish the figure was a little bit bigger, but we do have all the storage for weapons on the back, so I'm sure with his weapons he'll look a bit more dynamic, so hopefully we'll find that. Here we have Ratchet, which I'm not sure if this is from the first, second or third movie, to be honest with you. I think it's the second. Maybe you guys in the comments will be able to help me, because I never really paid attention when I got these figures. When I was a kid, the movies were coming out. I was at the cinema for every release, but I do not know what toys came out with what movies. Here we have Ratchet, and we do have this little feature where you can turn his arm into an axe, which is cool. I remember recreating the scene where he uses the buzzsaw to cut off I think Brawl's arm or cannon in the first movie. It was really cool. I used that for that, but the amount of detail in this guy is awesome. Here we have transform. We are missing the roof rack, which kind of sucks. You can see where it's supposed to fit in, so hopefully we find that, because this is awesome. I really like this design, but I think there's a bit here missing as well. But yeah, really cool. It's a shame the colors have kind of faded a little bit, but I'm sure nobody will mind. I mean, I don't mind. At the end of the day, the figure is almost complete. It's missing 2 bits, I think, but hopefully they're in here. Here we have Brawl, which is a mess of a tank, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully transform this because it's such a large figure. That I think this is the leader class, because it is a massive figure, which makes sense for a tank. But there's all these different moving parts. We're missing the cannon and the 2 top barrels for the cannon itself. And I believe this one had sound and lights, but they're not working at the moment. Obviously the batteries would be dead. Not been changed since 2007, so probably not working. But yeah, hopefully we can find this turret. And these are 2 up top, but these ones are complete. Loads of detail in this. So here we have him transformed. I wasn't able to transform him. Really bulky figure, which makes sense for a tank. And honestly, pretty impressed with it. There's a lot of things folded away that are just tucked behind the figure, which is kind of weird, but at the same point it's such a chunky figure that it makes sense, and it's still got all this articulation. I think it's really impressive what they were able to do. I mean, look at this head sculpt, and to still have all this movement in the legs and the arms. You've got other cannons here on the arms and such. Not sure if this does anything. Probably not. I'm sure you guys in the comments will be able to tell me what I've not done right. Because I honestly don't. I don't have the instructions. I don't know. I'm just going off of memory, which isn't the best. I don't remember everything. I think these light up. I'm not sure. It's definitely got a speaker here. So batteries definitely go in it. It definitely makes a noise somewhere. So hopefully we can find the barrels and then this will be complete. Maybe we'll throw some barrels in it. We'll see. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Might be one of my favorite ones. We'll see. We'll continue on though. Here we have Shockwave, which is my favorite Decepticon of the entire Transformers franchise. Really like Shockwave, and I love this design for Shockwave. I always confuse him for Soundwave, like the names. Soundwave, Shockwave. Pretty sure this is Shockwave though, because Soundwave uses the speakers, so I remember it. I love the head sculpt with the uni eye. Man, what a cool design. A lot of people hate the Bayverse designs. I think they're incredible. Here we have him as the tank. I think I've transformed this one wrong, but hey, it looks good. I know I'm missing the hose that goes from the cannon to the back, so hopefully we find that, but look at all that. I have no idea who this guy is. Bruh. And here we have Mixmaster from Revenge of the Fallen, which is a cool design, honestly, for a Decepticon. I love the Constructicons, and I generally like the construction vehicles, especially for Decepticons. I think it fits them quite well. I'm trying to get this fitted in place and it's just not working. It might be on the wrong side. It keeps popping out of this ball joint. I've almost got it. Bear with me, guys. There, I think I got it. Is that it? Yeah, I think it is. So we're missing one at the top on the other side. I think these are slightly misaligned, but yeah, Hopefully we can find that one. Let's get him transformed. And here we have him all transformed, and I can't help but draw a resemblance between him and the Cloverfield monster. It might be the arms, it might be the face, it might be both. Now, there's multiple ways to transform this guy, because if you remember the movie, if you've seen the movie, you can use the mixing barrel as a shield when he's set up as a turret. He's very like, I don't know the word, maybe finicky. There's a lot of moving parts on here that is very loose, and everything likes to pop off. It's a cool looking figure though, which I think is a theme with all of them. But hopefully we find this other panel and then we can get them complete. And here we have the arguably the most recognizable Decepticon from Revenge of the Fallen. I forget the name. I know we've seen him in the beginning of the movie, and then we've seen him at the end when he turns into one of the Constructicons, which is just a reused CGI model, which a lot of people hate on the Bayverse movies for reusing models. I don't see a big problem with it because it's a movie about giant robots. Not much to it. And here we have them all transformed, or as well as I can transform. But it looks cool. I like it. I think it's cool. My kid's gonna love playing with this, because I did. I took this one to the beach a few times. And here you can still see his face underneath. And here we have Joel, which was such a odd character. You see he's got a weird design. Very different. Got these play functions here to shoot out the electric whips or beams or ropes. Not sure what you would call them. His transformer doesn't transform much in this figure. I'm not sure this is the deluxe because this is quite a chunky car. But yeah, Chevy Volt, very, very unique, very different. Not sure I like it. And here we have another drift. Much bigger drift. Here you can see the face sculpt is really impressive. Not sure if I like this one or the other one more. Here is transformed into the attack helicopter, which is really cool. It's my only helicopter, I believe. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes with swords, so we'll keep an eye out for the swords. But definitely a unique transformer to have in the collection. Yeah, look at all the detail here. A lot of sculpted detail more than painted, which could be a good thing. But yeah, I quite like this. I think it has landing gear at the front as well, because these ones fold up. Yeah, it does. It's got the one wheel. It doesn't spin, but it looks cool.